Now, the whole De'Aaron Fox situation in Sacramento has just become a mess. De'Aaron Fox, he was offered a contract extension, a pretty good deal. He declined to take it. In press conferences, he would say he would want to be in Sacramento, but he wants to see them compete. He wants them to, compete for a championship at some point. He wants to win. And he got a little bit of that taste, in 2022, 2023, when they were the 3rd seed. The whole Light the Beam team, that team was great. They could have beat the Golden State Warriors had he not gone down with the injury. I believe it was a wrist or a hand injury. But if that didn't happen, they could have beat the Warriors. They probably would have beat the Warriors. This was a team that was one of the best teams in basketball, one of the best stories in basketball. And a couple seasons later, they're in this position. And this whole season just been rocky as hell. The season started off bad. Rumors kept coming up all season that De'Aaron Fox wasn't happy in Sacramento, and we're seeing it unfold. I mean, the whole Mike Brown situation, him getting fired after that terrible Detroit Pistons game. De'Aaron Fox, he fouled Jaden Ivey. He caused a 4-point play that helped them secure the dub over Sacramento. It was just a devastating loss. And De'Aaron Fox in the media, just very cryptic, saying all the wrong answers as it pertains to Mike Brown. Mike Brown was talking to the media and stuff right before he was about to get on the plane. Fired his ass. Doug Christie has done a great job as a head coach. We thought, the stuff was going to die down about De'Aaron Fox. They went 10-3 in the last 13 games. He's been coaching this team pretty well. DeMar DeRozan's been used pretty well. Malik Monk's been playing well. All their players have been playing well. Sabonis has been playing great all season, averaging 20 points per game and 14 rebounds per game. So he's having an all-star level season. So with them playing better, them going on the run they were on, they're the 9th seed right now in the West. You would think that, De'Aaron Fox, things would die down. He would be happier, but shit, them getting better. Still, he is keeping his stance. He doesn't want to be in Sacramento, and I can't blame him because Sacramento is a terrible organization. It's a team really hasn't had much success. They have decent pieces around them. They've tried, but they have just been a poorly ran organization. Stars have gone in and out of Sacramento. DeMarcus Cousins, Halliburton. The last couple trade deadlines, it's been bad. The trade deadline in 2022, they traded away Halliburton. Obviously, that was a bad mistake. 23 and 24, they didn't do anything at the deadline, and now this deadline, they're trading away De'Aaron Fox. And Sabonis was brought in and signed an extension to stay with De'Aaron Fox. Malik Monk re-signed, took a pay cut to stay with De'Aaron Fox. DeMar DeRozan was traded for and brought in to play and be a part of this Kings team around De'Aaron Fox. And now they're getting rid of De'Aaron Fox. And he's already got a destination in mind, the San Antonio Spurs. You can't let a player like De'Aaron Fox leave the building. You can't let him out your organization. He is just really fucking good. He's been good his whole career in Sacramento. Phenomenal in the playoffs too. The little short sample size we got of him in the playoffs. Averaged 27 points per game in there. Has had 3 straight seasons. He's averaged 25 points per game. Great two-way player. Great defender when it comes to guarding guards and stuff. Big reason why the Kings have been able to push the pace and been one of the fastest teams in basketball. So this guy's a stud. And whoever he goes to, their championship aspirations will increase immensely. It's just really interesting how things have transpired and how things have gone so fast. Like I was saying, Kyle Kuzma, Cam Johnson, John Collins, these are 3 guys that the Kings were interested in trading for, and now they're going to get rid of De'Aaron Fox. But on to my destinations for De'Aaron Fox, the 3 destinations that I think would be great. Obviously, the number 1 landing spot for him is the landing spot he wants to go, and he's going to be a free agent in 2026. And the San Antonio Spurs is the destination he would prefer to be at. Regardless of where he goes, it's likely he will end up in San Antonio. So him and Wemby together would be a really good duo. Wemby already is one of the best players in the NBA. He's averaging 24 points per game, 10.8 rebounds per game. He's ready right now. Wemby is ready to win. This is this second year version of Wemby we're seeing. It's just, we're not even acknowledging how crazy it is. He's just been that good, already regarded as a top 10 player in the NBA. What he is as a defensive player, should be winning defensive player of the year every year. He's just that good as a rim protector, freakish athlete. He can shoot the 3. This guy has no holes in his game, and he's getting better and better. Adding a guy like De'Aaron Fox, that will take off the pressure off of him to score. De'Aaron Fox is a score-first player, score-first guard. De'Aaron Fox lobbing the ball to Wemby. Oh my! Like, this would be very much box office must-see basketball. Those two together. And De'Aaron Fox is 27 years old, just turned 27 in December, so he will be along for the long haul with Wemby. Those two could help each other have the most success over their careers, in their prime of their careers. San Antonio could have an opportunity to get more championships and become a dynasty once again with those two. It doesn't even matter who the Spurs trade away, as long as Wemby and Fox are there in the building. Those two are good enough. Anybody else around them, like, they'll figure the rest out. And yeah, De'Aaron Fox is a great defender, so he'll help improve this team defensively. I think Stephon Castle could fit next to Fox. That could work. If you're doing a trade, I would not include Stephon Castle. I try to hold on to Devin Vassell and Jeremy Sohan because those two guys, they fit in well as well. Keldon Johnson, Trey Jones, Malachi Branham, I would try to get rid of those guys, package those guys. A deal would work for those three, and, you know, give up Atlanta's first round pick. This next upcoming draft, that's going to be pretty high, I believe, because the Hawks just lost Jalen Johnson to a season-ending shoulder injury. So I would go that route. I would try to keep Vassell. I would try to keep Sohan. I would try to keep Castle because Castle has a lot of potential. He's probably the best rookie in the NBA right now. 11.7 points per game. Pretty good defender as well. So he could use some more development. Having a guy like Fox, those two guys could learn. And especially if you keep Chris Paul around coming off the bench as your backup point guard, I would like that a lot. So they could do a lot of interesting things with their lineups. I think they could get a deal done with Sacramento. They have the most draft assets, the second most draft assets over the next 4 years behind OKC. They have young, talented players. But if you're the Spurs, if De'Aaron Fox is going to come play for you in 2026, why are you giving up Stephon Castle? Why are you giving up Vassell? Why are you giving up players that could fit? Why are you giving up a generational haul for De'Aaron Fox? Like I said, if he's already going to come to San Antonio, that's the spot he wants to be. That's the destination he wants to be. It doesn't make sense. So I think him wanting to go to San Antonio kind of hurts the value for the Sacramento Kings. Other teams still probably would trade for him, and I wouldn't blame them. Could be a Donovan Mitchell situation, but San Antonio Spurs, they regardless have Wemby. People are going to want to play with Wemby. Everybody notices how good he is around the league. I mean, De'Aaron Fox, he's a number one option in Sacramento. He doesn't want to be, he's ready to risk that all and go to San Antonio and be a Robin to Wemby. Maybe one of the best players of all time in the future. He has that type of potential. So people want to come play for Wemby. So regardless, you're going to have him. You're going to have a generational talent. You're going to be an attractive destination. So I wouldn't be ready to risk it all for getting De'Aaron Fox. I wouldn't rush that. You see the Houston Rockets, they're trying to see what they can do with this young core. So I think the Spurs make this trade happen, but be very cautious with what you're willing to give up. Don't let the Kings fleece you. And I don't think the Kings will fleece you. I don't think they're capable of that with how poorly they're ran. But yeah, Wemby and De'Aaron Fox would be cinema, peak cinema. I like a big three of Stephon Castle, Wemby, and De'Aaron Fox for the future. That's really nice. And keep Chris Paul around. If you add De'Aaron Fox to this roster right now, you only give up Trey Jones. You give up Keldon Johnson, Malachi Branham. You give up those three. That's a team that's top 7 in the West. I think that's a team that could compete in the playoffs, at the very least be in the play-in. Right now they're the 12th seed in the West. So yeah, De'Aaron Fox does change some things. And in the fourth quarter, you don't have to worry. Wemby doesn't have to take over it. He could take a back seat to De'Aaron Fox because De'Aaron Fox is one of the most clutch players in the NBA. He's a bucket. He's played with the big man already in Sabonis, so he knows how to take a back seat. He knows how to work around with the dominant big, a guy that's going to draw a lot of attention, a guy that needs the ball in his hands as well. So Sabonis is more of a facilitator, but Wemby has the ball in his hands a lot. So Fox is going to feed him, and Fox is a very complimentary Robin to Wemby. So I like that fit a lot. It's an obvious fit, and if I'm anybody in the NBA, I don't want to see Fox go to the Spurs. I don't want to see that duo form because that would be the best duo damn near in the West. I want to see him go to the East. Bam and Fox, they played together in Kentucky. They, led their team to the Elite Eight, and Bam and Fox have known each other since they were 12. So there's a great relationship there. The Miami Heat, they're trying to get rid of Jimmy Butler. They can use the assets they get back in that deal to trade and get De'Aaron Fox. Maybe it'll be a 4-team trade, a big blockbuster in the NBA trade deadline, a huge trade that, shakes up the league. But Bam, Khalil Ware, what he's been doing on both ends of the court as a rim protector, shooting the three. Lately, as a starter, 17 points per game, 10.3 rebounds per game, 1.8 blocks per game, 53% field goal percentage, and 47 from the three. 4.8 3-point attempts. So this guy has all the tools. This is a 7-footer that can shoot the three, that can rim protect, that has a post game. So this is a guy that has a lot of potential. As a rookie right now, there's buzz growing that he's going to be Rookie of the Year, the favorite to win Rookie of the Year right now. Stephon Castle's in that category too, like I mentioned. But yeah, Khalil Ware, he has a very high ceiling. He could be a really good big in this league. And Bam Adebayo, now that he has Khalil Ware, he doesn't really have to worry about battling centers that are 6 inches taller than him. It allows him to play the role he's more suited best for, the power forward position. He's allowed to be the defender he can really be at the 4, roaming around a little more. That front court is a lot more dangerous now with Khalil Ware in there, especially what he can do from the 3-point line. So I like what the Heat can bring with those two. De'Aaron Fox and Tyler Hero in the backcourt, that's special. That's really nice. I really like the sound of that. So De'Aaron Fox fits Heat culture as well. This is the guy that you could place him right in there. Perfect star to replace Jimmy Butler. 25 points per game, can get steals, can assist, can facilitate, can create on his own. This is a point guard that you've definitely needed in this offense. Not Terry Rozier. You needed De'Aaron Fox. So this is a name that's been rumored to the Heat for a while since, trade rumors have been buzzing, but I think he fits perfectly. Eric Spoelstra's a great coach. Life after Jimmy Butler wouldn't look that bad if you got De'Aaron Fox in the mix. Tyler Hero, give him credit because he's been one of the best stories in the NBA. He's averaging 24 points per game, shooting 40% from the 3, 5 assists per game too. So he's improved his playmaking ability. He's out there, creating shots for his teammates, not just, shooting the shit out of the ball just himself and being ball dominant. So he's able to fit in the offense better, and it's improved everybody's game around him as well. So him next to De'Aaron Fox would be very complimentary. I think if the Heat could get De'Aaron Fox, they're a top 5 team in the East. They can compete at a high level even without Jimmy Butler. So that's the move the Miami Heat should make. If De'Aaron Fox isn't able to go to San Antonio, Miami should be the destination, his second favorite destination. This is not the most likely destination, but I think Minnesota would be such a cool fit. De'Aaron Fox and Anthony Edwards, could you imagine that? 2 killers on the same team. De'Aaron Fox has showed up big in the playoffs already. Short sample size we've seen. Anthony Edwards, what we've seen from him against Denver Nuggets, just the passion he plays with. I think that would just be a good combination. A great backcourt. I think that'd be my favorite backcourt in the NBA. Just how they play, how they attack you. Both of them are great defenders. Mike Conley's the starting point guard for the Timberwolves right now. Replace him with De'Aaron Fox, 25 points per game. He can assist to and facilitate. And Naz Reid, Anthony Edwards, De'Aaron Fox, DiVincenzo when he's back healthy. Rob Dillingham, give him some more minutes. And Rudy Gobert, of course, whatever he's going to do. But I think you feel really confident about that team's chances to compete. Julius Randle, throw him in the deal, send him to the Kings. They want win now players. They want players that are going to help them be competitive. I think, Julius Randle could, help them stay competitive and help them win some games still. So I really like Anthony Edwards and De'Aaron Fox. Those two, De'Aaron Fox, 27 years old. Anthony Edwards is 23 years old. Been compared to be the next Michael Jordan. So I honestly like that more than Wemby and De'Aaron Fox. Might be a hot take. I think just those two killers on the same court together. What Anthony Edwards did this last postseason, bringing the Minnesota Timberwolves back to relevance. Karl Anthony Towns sending him away to the Knicks. Obviously, that was a terrible trade. But the Minnesota Timberwolves could recover from that, getting De'Aaron Fox. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.